Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Wynn. Folks, today we're taking a look at The Legend of Korra. We are on book 4, which is Balanced. This is episode 7 called Reunion. And I hope it's a happy reunion and we get back some of our team Avatar back together because Korra is not battle ready at all and we got big problems.
Yeah, we saw that last episode. Korra was not really herself in fighting. Only got a blow finally when she got in the Avatar state, so I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see how she can get that mental block out.
I don't think we're looking at a happy reunion. I mean, I suppose when it's friends and family and the people you love, just seeing them together is happy in and of itself. But things were not looking good at the end of last episode, so hopefully we can get back on the right track. But I don't know, it's not looking good.
Well, without further ado, then let's go!
Has defeated the Avatar
Well,
and
she
now
knows
controls
metal
the
bending.
entire Earth Empire for the first time in...
Milo.
Will they make it back to the city in time to warn everyone about Kuvira's new spirit energy superweapon?
Oh, boy.
This we'll find out.
I missed you so much, girl.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I'm proud of you all for finding Korra.
Proud enough to get me my tats?
No.
No.
I hate to get right down to business, but I want to hear what happened in Zaofu.
Well, about that.
I feel like such a failure.
It's up to all of us to find a way to deal with her.
All right, that's fair.
Where's Berlin?
We don't know where he is.
This has got to be carrying him.
Yeah.
You know, when I fled Republic City with Julie, she carried me 20 miles.
You're responsible for that weapon Kuvira's trying to make.
I know, I'm a horrible, horrible person.
You know how we're gonna make it up to the world? By getting back to Republic City.
No wonder I made you a mover star.
Yeah, mover.
My feet could use a break.
Okay.
I was going to say, is that a
it looked
trap?
a little colored.
Yeah, a little suspicious.
No.
It's so good to see you again.
You too.
Mako got us a table at the restaurant.
Oh, look at him
No.
looking all dapper.
Wow.
I bet he's told you a lot about me.
Not a thing.
I know the chef personally. Let's start with the round of your spicy octopus fritters.
I thought it was just going to be the three of us.
I couldn't ditch him.
So can you go into the Avatar state again?
When did she tell you she couldn't?
Uh-oh.
I wrote to Asami while I was away. I asked her not to tell you.
Why didn't you ever write to me?
I don't know.
Mako, if it makes you feel any better, she didn't write me either.
I went to visit my father for the first time.
You sure you can trust him?
You think I don't know what my own father is?
Ooh, this isn't going well.
You don't get to disappear for 3 years and then act like you know what's best for me.
Whoa.
My royal bladder is about to explode. I need you to stand guard.
Go to the bathroom on your own for once.
Watch the one time he
Yeah.
doesn't go, something's going to happen.
Something will happen.
Always go to the bathroom with him?
I don't go with him. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't like the...
Perhaps a spritz of cologne to freshen up.
No.
You called it, Quinn.
Nope.
Well, look what we caught.
I don't suppose you could help us out of this net?
Why would we free a couple of lowly Earth Empire soldiers?
Lowly? We were part of Kuvira's inner circle.
Oh, no.
Word.
I wonder what's taking Wu so long.
Not gonna be there.
Come on, your octopus fritters are getting cold.
Oh.
There you go. All right. Korra knew something was up.
Did you happen to see if Prince Wu came out this way?
I'm in laundry.
Oh.
Asami has shown that she is quite the driver.
Hang a right at the next block.
I know these streets better than you. I built some of them.
All right, then.
Okay.
Looks like some fast action.
This is.
Jumping off.
Where's the prince? Halfway to Kuvira by now.
Oh.
Tell Chief Beifong that Prince Wu is missing.
Where do we start?
Or they might try smuggling him out on an airship. He could be anywhere. The one time I don't watch him pee, and this is what happens.
Use the spirits.
There you go. Yeah, use the
It's all
vines.
connected, yep.
They're taking Wu to the train station. Drive.
Just go.
How did a bunch of water and firebenders end up in one of Kuvira's re-education camps?
Call it what it is, a prison.
Mm-hmm. You must have known what she was up to, being part of her inner circle and all.
Will you at least tell us where you're taking us?
You're gonna help us talk our way past some Earth Empire soldiers.
Yeah, ain't got time for that nonsense.
Oh, as old lava.
Bet you didn't expect that.
Look, I'm sorry for what happened to all of you.
How do we know they won't turn us in?
If he wanted us gone, we'd be at the bottom of a pool of...
That's fair.
That's
Who taught you that?
Smart.
Lynn's mom.
You met Toph? What was she like?
Cranky, more miserable version of Lynn.
Split up and start looking. Follow my lead.
oh, Vark got a quick shave in.
We captured these escaped prisoners.
Then why are you bringing them through here?
Kuvira wants them transferred.
Then I'll need to see the transfer order.
You can let us through, or you can give me your name and rank, and I'll pass it on to Kuvira.
That's one way to do it.
Walk in like you own the place.
Oh, shit.
It's gonna hit the silent alarm.
Stop them! They're traitors to the Empire!
Oh, I thought he was gonna throw down some lava.
Well, are they all really connected?
There's no way I'm going back to prison.
All right, we're having a little throwdown
There we
here.
go.
Got some water benders, some fire benders, earth bender. Oh, that's Bolin.
Yeah, I don't think Vark has any bending. He's just a genius scientist.
Who?
There you go, Bolin. These guys got an answer for everything.
They're getting worked.
Jeez. He's doing some MacGyver stuff here.
It sure is.
That he is.
Just needs a Swiss Army knife and a paperclip.
Bubblegum wrapper. Don't forget that.
EMP, EMP, nice.
Nice.
We're clear. Come on.
He's got to help him.
Yeah.
Eric, wait! We can't leave them!
It almost kind of sounds like Rambo music, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It absolutely does.
Boom, look at that. Smart.
You didn't have to come back.
I kinda did. Let's go.
He messed the place up pretty good.
Yeah, with that lava bending. All right, now come on.
Oh, this trick.
He's on that train.
And I'm just supposed to trust your avatar feelings?
You wouldn't have to if you had guarded the prince like you were supposed to.
Oh, jeez.
Woo! Woo!
Am I dead?
Oh.
I'm not going up there!
They are just tearing the roofs off these trains.
All right.
Hey.
That worked.
That's one way to work it.
I owe you my life, Avatar. How about I take you out for a night on the town?
Right now.
I'll put you down for a maybe.
How about a never?
Solid maybe.
Solid maybe.
Getting on each other's nerves part.
That is like old times for me and Korra.
There's bound to be a bit of an adjustment period.
There's no place else I'd rather be.
Where's the prince again? Oh, okay. The old stiff arm.
No, not you. No.
No.
I need a cushy safe house somewhere.
I think I know just the place.
Nice digs, Mako.
This is Asami's place.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Look at how bright it's getting.
It's an honor, Grandma Mako.
Grandma
He
Mako.
fainted.
Now, where's the nearest bathroom? I have been holding it all day.
Guess this is where we part ways.
Why don't you come with us?
No, thanks. I'm allergic to drowning.
I'm allergic to drowning.
Yeah.
The worst, trying to get on a boat and starts going off.
They appear to be even more powerful than the samples we took from Republic City.
Harvest these vines until there's nothing left.
Oh, hail to the king, baby.
Until there's nothing left?
Oh,
they want the whole tree.
That's by Toph?
Yep.
She is not going to be too happy about that.
And that tree is connected to basically everything.
Yeah, that whole area. Yeah.
And okay, so
that is huge.
We got Mako and Asami and Korra back together, which was good. They worked a hell of a lot better as a team, but they still couldn't take on those Earth or Kovira's soldiers there. So, I mean, they still gave them a run for their money. You know, Korra's still kind of back to being a low-level 2 or 3 character here. So, but it was good that they're back together with, you know, a bit of Team Avatar. So that's going to help out for sure. But the big twist is that they're going after the entire, like I thought they're just going to go for a couple of spirit finds here and there, but they want
especially
the whole
in Republic
tree.
City.
They're going to have all those robots on there cutting it down. You almost got to wonder, once you have that many, how do you even control that level of power? So I think Kuvira's starting to, the power's starting to go to her head a little bit. I think we're going to maybe start to see some cracks with her a little bit. She's going to kind of start to believe her own lies or her own hype about being this great uniter, a great savior. And again, you know, it's not that she's overly powerful. Like we saw the other villains, like my guy Amon, who, you know, we never saw it. He could still come back. You never know for the save, but you know, and certainly
never fails.
And certainly not like Henry Rollins' character from number 3. So it's an interesting villain. Like I said, she has a whole army behind her, and it's almost like she's using political laws and rules and things like that, so that she essentially, you know, can't be battled and sort of has the upper hand. So either way, it's another challenge for Team Avatar, and I really hope Korra gets some of her mojo back, because she definitely needs it.
Well, I'm thinking right now Kavira's forces are going to have to deal with Toph, and she's older, she's crankier, and she's just as powerful as ever. So I'm really interested to see how that works. It's going to have to be a group effort for them to try and take down Toph, because I don't think Kavira could do it by herself. I mean, you know, obviously Korra couldn't even touch Toph either, so that'll be interesting. But to me, with her right now and her tendencies, like, you know, join us and we'll protect you, it's more of like a mob mentality. That's what they've been doing. That they're like, oh, but if you go against us, you know, they sent it to the re-education camp, and we actually saw some people that escaped, and you know, good thing Varric was able to think on his feet there and MacGyver his way to making a nice little EMP and taking out all the machinery. So hey, hopefully he remembers that for when, if they do get into a bigger battle, he could take out basically her whole army, because remember, it's platinum, so you can't metal bend them.
Yeah.
So that'd be one way to defeat them all. So there's a good knowledge to have, especially with Varric, because he's hopefully, you know, he's seeing the light, and just hopefully Zhao Li has the same idea. But yeah, the big bombshell to end there is they're attacking the spirit tree. That's, you said it's so old because it's connected to everything, and that is not good. Hopefully Toph comes in and does something.
Yeah, you know, Answer brings up mob mentality. I think, and I hate to make this comparison because it is so serious, but it feels like, you know, over in Germany, late 30s, early 40s, because not only did they mention people that didn't go with Kavira, they did kind of say people who aren't like us, you know? And I was like, that sounds pretty sketchy, putting them in re-education camps, which basically they're just slave camps. So Kavira promising, you know, safety and prosperity and stuff like that.
As long as you bow to her.
As long as you bow to her. So it does sound reminiscent of, again, Germany in the late 30s and 40s. There's a couple different...
A few other countries, too.
A couple different... I was just going to say that there's a couple different instances throughout history, even here in the States with World War II and the internment camps with the Japanese Americans. But, you know, this feels more like Germany, and it's weird watching an animated series and seeing such heavy undertones that have taken place in history with real people. Of course, this is meant to be, well, I would say a relatively lighthearted show, but they do touch on a lot of very serious issues that, you know, can, even though we're in a fantasy world with airbenders and waterbenders and stuff, you can kind of take and, you know, use as examples in what happens in the real world here. But it's definitely interesting. It was good to see everybody back together, you know, kind of those bumps and bruises after not having seen people for a little while that they luckily ironed out pretty quick. To be honest with you, losing the prince and the prince coming along is kind of what brought them together.
Yep.
You know, I mean, so, you know, sometimes things that were unexpected, they just wanted the three of them. Who knows what that dinner would have looked like if it was just the three of them sitting around, but they kind of came together with Varric and Bolin, you know, that was, you know, them having to fight together. Bolin really, look, we knew he was turning the corner, right? But he really turned the corner here, even to the point where instead of harming them, he just used that lava just to kind of hold them off and say, look, I'm not here to hurt you. And of course, one of the people in the camps kind of brought up like, hey, look, we'd be in a pool of lava right now.
If he wanted us gone.
So a really good episode as far as, you know, kind of, I don't want to say development of the story as far as how they're going to necessarily, you know, kind of take back the city, but just our group kind of finding some cohesiveness and, you know, even Varric, you know, showing like, you know, he's kind of all in too. So Varric, but, man, halfway through, I feel like there's so much left to learn, but we're gonna keep trucking along.
And Bolin even got his Rambo moment a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
that was nice.
This was definitely a good episode to see the team back together. Even though they're a little bit of fighting, they got back together. So
they had a common goal.
This will be a fun one to continue on. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.
It's been my honor to bring you news of Korra and her friends over the years. So many heart-pounding moments. Sit back, relax, and take a trip down memory lane.
Oh, we're getting some flashbacks.
There's something about being kidnapped that makes a guy realize he needs to get his act together.
Look at his fighting attire.
I wasn't ready! Woo down!
Woo down.
You're so weak, woo down is your catchphrase.
I was born that way. How do I not know stuff about you?
Bolin and I were playing for the Fire Ferrets.
I want you to meet my brother, Mako.
Wow, I heard you play on the radio.
Kind of rude there, buddy.
Korra proved to be an amazing pro-bender and a loyal friend. I felt like Korra and I had a powerful connection.
So then you smooched a real...
Smooched. It's back when
Reminds
we were...
me a lot of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Old George McFly.
Yep. That's back when we were questioning where Asami's loyalties lied.
Wow, that was the first thing you said to Asami?
So I was thinking we should spend some time together. Look, I really like you, and I think we were meant...
Whoops.
I just don't feel the same way about you. It wasn't totally true. I also think you're pretty amazing.
There it is. Yep.
Smooch City, here we come.
I thought you were dating Asami.
Get out of here. But my feelings for Korra became clear when Tarlok captured her. I was so worried.
I'm glad you're here.
Oof, I bet Asami wasn't too happy about that.
You have feelings for her, don't you?
I'm sorry things got so messed up between us. I want you to know how much I care about you.
I care about you, too.
Was that supposed to be you breaking up with her?
Yes. I was finally able to tell her how I felt.
I love you, too.
Whoa!
Then you two lived happily ever after.
So here's the thing.
You know, sometimes I wonder whose side you're on. How could you take his side?
These are funny.
Pabu.
Maybe there's no room for our relationship.
Whoa.
Someone had been taking out supply ships heading to the Southern Water Tribe. It was an intense night. I know.
Actually, I'm completely fine with that.
If only it had been that simple.
Mako, I missed you so much.
Bolin's face.
We had that fight before you left?
Was it a bad fight?
Everybody's there.
Everybody's just staring.
So you were back with the Sami, but then Korra came back and thought you guys were still together and you didn't tell her you weren't?
You know, it seems like you're so afraid to disappoint anyone that you end up disappointing everyone.
Oh, did you see his eyes?
Yeah.
I think we both know that this doesn't work. It's over.
Nothing is over.
Nothing is over.
Nothing.
It was awkward being around Korra and Asami.
Ladies?
I had to figure out who I was without a lady in my life. I eventually helped Korra defeat Zahir and save the Airbenders.
Wow. I learned that I really didn't know anything about you. Okay, come at me. I can take it.
It's a jab.
I brought you some tea.
Thanks.
You seem out of sorts.
I've just been thinking about something Toph said. She told me that the world doesn't need me. I figured she was just being her normal, cranky self.
Yeah.
Well, she does that.
The world does need you.
The world seems to always be out of balance. Growing up, I couldn't wait to be the Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I saw Amon take someone's bending away,
Oh,
I was terrified.
King Baddie right there.
Then my worst nightmare came true.
Korra, you're forgetting about all the good that happened after you exposed Amon as the fraud he was. People had hope again, and it was all because of you.
Varric pushing her into the pitcher.
And I was helpless to stop him from destroying Rava and cutting off my connection to my past life.
Mm-hmm.
Unalaq and Vachu became more powerful than ever.
It's like Godzilla.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You turned into a giant spirit.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
You brought back the Airbenders and caused a positive shift in the world.
Zahir got airbending too and nearly killed me.
Oh, what a battle that was.
The Earth Queen would still be alive. There would have been no crisis in the Earth Kingdom, and Kuvira wouldn't be in power.
You're right, Korra. But the important thing is to learn from your enemies. You've changed so much since you first arrived on Air Temple Island. The new Air Nation is a testament to that. You sacrificed everything to save them.
Thank you both.
Yeah, I'll believe.
I'll always try to restore balance.
All right, that was her nice little history. Now who do we got?
Does anyone else feel like throwing themselves overboard?
Not me.
Oh, we're gonna get Varrix.
Nuktuk, trademark Vera Movers International. The incredible true story of Bolin. It's your true story. The story of Bolin begins in an exotic port of call.
Oh, giant pillow!
Wrong. They're all the same man. Mommy, the power of levitation, but he's too stupid to understand it. He bursts into a rapturous melody. Where can I?
You should start from when I met Korra. Name's Bolin, by the way.
When does the saying start?
You're on-screen talent, kid. Leave the storytelling to the master.
On-screen talent.
Korra out of the way. The time is right to try to take out Bolin. They're led by Zahir. He's joined by Vaatu, biggest, meanest, scariest kite.
Does look like a kite.
Hello.
It's Zahir.
Glad I caught you at home. Like I can leave this stupid tree. Let me conference in.
Amon.
I'm totally in for taking out Bolin. He's way too powerful and awesome. Can we please not include...
Not include who?
Bolin had a reputation as the world's greatest ladies' man.
Opal, so smart and caring, so pretty to smell.
Pretty to smell.
Bolin sought advice from the man who started it all. There's only one thing for you to do if you want to save the Avatar.
I'll rush into his head.
Meanwhile, back with zombie Amon.
Okay, guys, I think we finally ditched him.
Ha ha. Hello?
And she kisses Bolin, magically passing on the airbender power of flight. Bolin gathers his airbender army to fight alongside Rotan. Bolin teaches the airbenders to create a giant tornado. Then he turning him into wind. Talk about a ticking clock. The evil Unalaq. They combine into one giant Bolin. Bolin's spiritual mojo is so strong that he attracts the queen of the fairies. Bolin turns Unavatu into magic dust.
Oh my God, Varric.
And that's where the stars come from.
That's where this.
The end.
Oh, I thought they
Stacey
were going to do
Avatar.
the slow clap and go into it.
Standing ovation.
What about Zombie Amon? What happened to him, huh?
It's just a mover. Don't overthink it.
Truth get in the way of a good story, kid.
That was an interesting episode. I remember we kind of had an episode like that. I forget what book it was or what season it was in Avatar, but it was when they did the theater rendition of what Team Avatar went through and did and everything. And this one was kind of interesting that they threw it in here. I mean, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. It was a lot of fun. Mako's story, of course, with in between Asami and Korra. And then, we got Korra's story, which I think that was in there more a little bit to kind of bring her up, make her feel a little bit better of where she was at. She was having a lot of self-doubt with everything that was happening. So that was definitely important, for Tenzin to kind of give her some advice. And Bolin's and Varric, that was just pure comedy. Is what that was. But, again, a kind of a weird spot to drop it in. And the season has felt different. I think I said it before in one of the other ones where, Korra is essentially, if you were playing a video game, she's kind of back down to like a level 1 or a level 2 character now. And I don't know if it's because of how massively epic all other 3 books were or whatever, but this one just feels a little bit off to me. And where this episode was kind of dropped in feels a bit strange because we didn't really progress the story at all that was going on and where we left off. So a bit interesting. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, but an odd placement, I thought.
Well, yeah, we just had the huge, reveal of them starting to chop down the spirit tree, so that that's pretty big, pretty big matzo ball he left hanging out there. But no, this was kind of fun because it's a fun episode for, if you're just starting to watch a show. This is a nice clip show. Who doesn't like a good clip show? Simpsons is famous for doing them, but this is a good reason for them to be able to show you what has transpired throughout the whole series so far. Yeah. So it's kind of neat to see how that all came about. But then Varric with his storytelling. John, that is doing the voice of Varric.
Square.
Oh my God, he is just great at everything he does, and his voice and it's just perfect as delivery for this. I loved with Mako, they had the little bubbles, especially when he would get mad, he get the little lines, and then as Oak pointed out, the high five between the bubbles, and so it's kind of fun seeing the stories being told, and even how the trials and tribulations have affected Korra and how Asami was there for him, but then also Tenzin being like, hey, no, this is what's going to happen. You're always going to have conflicts, and you're always going to have to be, you're always going to have to learn from your enemies, so that way you can battle the new enemies in the near to distant future. So this was a fun episode to see all the clips, and obviously the Varric one was the best, but they're all a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was really interesting to me. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. The stories were fun. The flashbacks were fun. Varric's story was fun. I just don't understand how it fits into anything. Mm-hmm. It's like every single episode is building on the story, building on the story, building on the story. And I'd really like to talk to the writers, what happened here? Did they have a deadline they had to make for this episode? And they were like, wow, we
got to put it somewhere.
We don't have anything. Or there was a break or a pause or I don't know, some writer's strike that we didn't know about, and they produced whatever and they needed to come up with another episode. I don't know. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. The way they did it was fun. The Varric story was fun, but it just didn't feel like it progressed the story along at all. I mean, obviously, as the answer had mentioned, we had Tenzin's speech with Korra. Yep. That was because that wasn't really a throwback. Just Asami being nice to Korra and Tenzin, being Tenzin and giving a good speech about how there's always going to be new people to fight, which is interesting, right? Because it's like you think you defeat the bad guy, then things are going to be good. Then another bad guy. It's like, look, there's always going to be somebody to fight, and when you're the Avatar, that's kind of your job. But a very interesting episode that I guess I have mixed feelings about. I don't see how it progressed the story, but it was a lot of fun to watch for me. So
yeah, well, because like you said, in Avatar they had the play to tie it all up, and they did that. They did that while they're in the Fire Nation, so it was towards the end of the series. So I think that's why they did this towards the end of the series.
Yeah, I suppose.
Get you to remember how far these characters have come over the previous 3.5 seasons. So that's, I guess, my takeaway from it.
Yeah, and I guess that makes sense to have it in episode 8 because there's 13 episodes.
Yep.
So by the time you get to like episode 9, 10, you're going to be cranking pretty good in the story, and it's going to be real high tension, or at least we would think so. So if you were going to tell that story, you do have to drop it in. You want to tell your beginning story, and I guess maybe episode 8 is where it fits. So that's a good point.
Good point.
Yeah.
Look at that. So yeah, here we go. We're on the final 4 episodes: 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5, whatever. 5.
Well, because used his fingers.
Because you have to remember that it's 9, whatever. Blah blah blah.
Carry the 1.
Carry the odd 9.
Square it.
Is there a 9er in there? So hey, fun one. Now let's get back to what's going on in that. Going on in the swamp. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.
Korra is safely back in Republic City, but Bolin and Varric are still on the lam. Meanwhile, Kuvira has been secretly harvesting spirit vines from the swamp.
Can we stay together, please? The tour's about to begin.
His father and I are here visiting him, and we're just having the best time in the big city.
At least he has a job now.
Oh, it's Napoleon again.
Yeah.
Vines were created by Unavatu when he battled giant spirit Korra.
Voice.
Are we in the spirit world right now?
No.
I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
Well, that's not good.
Isn't he the best airbender ever?
Yeah,
spirit vines are.
Yeah, because remember, they're all connected.
I just felt a weird surge of spiritual energy coming from the spirit wilds.
Maybe I can get a reading.
Now she's going to find out.
Hopefully.
Yep.
It was Kuvira. I bet that's what you were sensing, Jinora.
We have to tell Raiko. I'll keep looking for Ryu and the others.
We tell her she won an all-expense-paid vacation.
We take the fight to her.
I don't believe attacking is the right move.
I'm with Raiko.
What's going on here?
Just kicking it world leader style.
You invited him, but not me?
Perhaps we called you back into action a little too soon.
Again, him, not me?
Perfect, you're all here.
Bolin?
Hang on.
We have top secret information for you!
Unhand them.
Kuvira's making this thing that goes boo! Ah!
She might use the weapon to attack Republic City.
My airbenders won't be part of an unprovoked attack.
Neither will the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation has spent too much of its history fighting nothing.
And she's got a point.
We'll go on the defensive and fortify security on the borders.
You'll have my help.
I just want to say that I'm sorry for everything.
It's a little late for sorry.
Pardon me, lovebirds, but I need a word with Opal. Looks like we're going to have to save them ourselves. This is an unsanctioned. We can't ask other people to risk their necks for our family.
Sounds like something Maverick would do.
Gotta do it alone.
Mako, I'm so sorry about the way we left things. You were right, and I'm just an idiot.
Ever since Kuvira kicked my butt, no one even wants me around.
She got her butt whooped.
I love you guys, and I really want to hug again.
Whoa.
Ooh, she is under attack.
Oh, got her. Where's it taking him, though?
She'll just go to the spirit world. Oh, I heard that.
They're taking me! Help!
Oh, boy.
We gotta get in there and find Jinora.
Be careful.
Jinora!
Do you hear that?
Looked like it was ice in there, didn't it?
What are those?
I think I've seen those before.
Yeah, watch out. Don't let them jump on your face.
Yep.
It's Jinora and the rest of them. Their spirits are trapped in the spirit world. Let me try.
You're powering the machines.
Yeah. Maybe if I meditate into the spirit world, I can free them.
Trying everything.
Oh boy, here we go. That's curious.
This isn't the spirit world. Here. No!
Where is she? A nightmare again?
I think so.
You can't fight me and the poison.
I got it out!
You'll never get it out.
Oh, not this again.
It's Zahir. He's been haunting me ever since I fought him. I want to face Zahir. I need to if I want to save Janora and the others.
I'll call Raiko and get the clearance.
Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I missed you so much. I was hoping you could help me win her back.
Hello, Pabu. What do you got there? What's this?
A picnic, just for the two of us.
So this note Pabu brought me saying you broke... This will totally make me forget that you worked for Kuvira, the person who captured my family. Let's just sit down and have a great picnic because we're so in love.
Well, when you put it that way.
I'm sorry you had to see that, Pabu.
Babu's just snacking away.
It's nice to be welcomed back with open arms.
Actually, I brought you here out of necessity. If Kuvira really is creating a super weapon, we're going to need the two brightest minds in the city working together.
Partners again.
Fine, but don't even...
Look at them immediately sweating.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, how's this gonna play out?
I think if I see Zahir chained up, I'll finally realize that he's not a threat anymore.
Well, I don't have a good feeling about this at all.
I need to do this alone.
I figured you would show up sooner or later.
Oh, he's just hovering there.
Levitating.
I came here to look you in the eye and tell you that you have no power over me. This was a mistake.
You can't go into the spirit world. Republic City is flowing with spiritual energy, and you can't even tap into it.
You poisoned me!
Blaming me as a crutch to make you feel better. That poison should have killed you, but you were able to fight it off. You think your power has limits. I say it's limitless.
Before, you were always talking about chaos and freedom. Then you took out the Earth Queen and created the worst dictator the Earth Kingdom has ever seen.
But I didn't know she achieved so much power. She needs to be stopped. Let me lead you into the spirit world.
No way.
Our interests align.
That's fair.
Oh. What is it? An enemy of an enemy is...
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
Let it play out.
Don't be afraid. Hold on.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh.
Yep, she made it.
Well, this is an interesting twist. Wow.
Rava.
There we go.
Hey.
Wow.
You must bend the energy within.
But I'm powerless in the spirit world.
You're most powerful here.
No, again, you keep thinking your powers are limited.
Yep.
He just told you.
There we go.
There it is.
Avatar state. Works every time. Ugh.
Watch your face.
Oh.
Oh, I feel all spirity.
Dad!
What happened?
Korra saved us.
I feel whole again. I am finally able to accept what happened.
Look at Zahir coming through.
I know there's nothing I could do or no big gesture that can make up for all my mistakes, but I love you.
Ah.
Thanks for saying all of that.
Oh, the old Seinfeld, but thanks.
Just wait, just wait. Come with.
Come on a secret mission with us. We're going to rescue my family.
Family.
Look at that.
Oh,
he looked like he got the eye of the tiger right
looks like
there.
he had the eye of the Toretto there. That's what it looked like.
The eye of the Bolin.
Family. Family. It's where it's at.
It's all about family. Even his soon-to-be extended family.
All right.
Okay,
well,
that's enough of that.
After the clip episode that we had before, it's good to get things back on track. Korra had to confront Zahir, who, ironically enough, what he wanted to do aligned with Korra, and he told her, you've been holding yourself back. It's you're the one who hasn't been believing. And Korra was able to go into the spirit world. Things worked out. Hopefully we can now see a fully, I don't know if you'd call it re-energized or leveled back up Korra, whatever spin you want to throw on it.
She got her mushroom and flower back.
Yeah, hopefully she's back, because and again, Kuvira is the kind of enemy at this point now, you can't just go punch her in the face, destroy her, and win, because there's so many of the weird political things going on right now. I'm not sure how the battle's going to play out. Like, yes, Korra can go rescue everybody, do all that, stop the spirit weapon, stop the, hopefully the harvesting of the spirit vines from the tree, but Kuvira still kind of has that, like government bureaucratic invincibility going on with her. So I don't know how this is going to play out. I'm genuinely excited to see how Korra can get out of this, because it's such a different enemy than what we've seen before.
What a redemption of sorts for Zahir right there, telling her, you can't block what happened. You have to accept what happened, and then boom. And then it's just funny to me, though, that Zahir is disgusted with the rise of a tyrant like Kuvira, and he's like, well, she must be stopped at once. It's like, dude, what about you for the past, year or whatever with the Red Lotus?
Yep.
But he seemed like he was always, level-headed, and so it was nice to see him just like, no, let's go back to where it was and then get her back to being, how she said, whole again.
Yep.
And then, Bolin came back, and he's trying to win back Opal, and but at the end of the day, she's like, if you will help me with my family, then that would go a long way. And it was just nice to see Bolin, like, you saw him being that cheerful, lovable guy, to all of a sudden he got serious face, like he was ready, because he got hurt in more ways than one, thinking Kuvira was the right side, and then he got burned, and not only that way, and then personally, especially with Opal, that, like you said, he loves her. So that's cool to see. And now Varric and freaking Asami, what are they gonna build? I'm genuinely excited. And it was great to see Ryu back, our good old friend Josh Hader. That was freaking awesome to see Napoleon Dynamite again. I just wish you'd have said, Tina, you fat lard, come get your ham.
I was just hoping for at least a gosh.
Well, he did the
Tina, you Jesus. It was really interesting. It's when we were going through the last book, Zahir, although a bad guy, he was a man of conviction, if nothing else, right? And everything he thought he was doing was for a bigger purpose. And just because he got into it with Korra doesn't mean that he still doesn't have this purpose. And now he sees that, okay, something even worse has happened in place. And so, I didn't expect this twist at all. Like, no. This for me was one of the biggest twists that I think we've had in Avatar: The Last Airbender and all the books here in Legend of Korra. So, in a really cool thing for him to step up and say, look, like, he was the one who encouraged you. It's inside you. You just have to let it go, fight through it. And a good lesson, too. Like, if traumatic things happen to you, you can never really forget it, right? It's just a matter of doing the best that you can to come to terms with what happened, and to, realize that doesn't have to define who you are for the rest of your existence. Gonna say there's some World War II parallels here. You have a dictator taking over. You have a big meeting between powerful countries, and all of them saying, well, we're not going to get involved because it doesn't, there hasn't been any aggressive actions towards us. World War II, late 30s, even into 1940 and early 41, or most of 41, the U.S. was primarily out of it, and there was a lot of stuff going on in Europe with a very, very bad dictator whose name we don't even mention here. Once fight got brought to the U.S., which is a whole another history lesson. We made our way over there, so it's interesting. The Fire Nation and the Air Nation at this point are like, look, we're not getting involved. Which
it's that bureaucratic shield she's able to hide behind.
It's interesting because it's like we think she's bad, she's kidnapping people, but she's kind of going step by step and doing what she's doing. So not everybody thinks it's bad right off the get go, but. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch on my part to make comparisons to World War II, but that's kind of what jumped to my mind. But, after the last episode, a little bit of levity and some comedy, I think this was really good. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as book 4 goes, this is the best episode for me of the entire book 4. We find, and not just because Korra's back. I mean, because I thought, like, redemption for Bolin, or at least sorts. He gets this opportunity to show that he's on the right side, and it's not just talk. He's willing to put action behind his words. You have Zahir, who shows like, look, you might not like the steps that I took to what I thought was going to be improvements in this Earth, but just because I lost to one individual doesn't mean that my convictions about what's going to be a better Earth for everybody still aren't there. So he's doing what's right to help. So really good writing on this. Again, for me, as far as book 4 goes, this is my favorite episode.
Yeah, it was nice to see her become whole again. Got a little bit of chills when she got her spirit back in her, so that was a lot of fun.
Awesome. That was awesome. Give me this episode really energized me for the last 4 now. Okay, I'm like, okay,
here we
go. All right, here we go. Now I feel like things are back, and I think they did it in a really cool way, because something else could have happened where, hey, my powers are back, and it would have been like, okay, that's kind of what we needed. The way they did it with Zahir and him being the one to encourage her, and right that point where she lands and always wakes up, whatever, she broke through it and broke into the spirit world. Visually, that was really cool. Like I said, this was a real home run, and like I really re-energized me for this last.
Yeah, it really took him to do that to her, because like everybody else was telling her to go through it, and she wouldn't. Finally,
pretty good.
Zahir was the one to do it. So there you go. Zahir. So, oh my God, Final 4 ready to go. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. We'll catch you on the next Final 4, pals.